Hey guys, Corey here. I've had a few questions on how to make kombucha, so I'm going to show you guys a pretty quick way for you to make your own kombucha at home. All you'll have to do is source a SCOBY. So, what we have, white vinegar and an empty vessel. What you have to do with all of your cooking implements, you might call them, although we're not cooking a SCOBY, but anything that you plan on having the SCOBY be a part of and touch, you need to clean with vinegar or sterilize it with hot water. Now, because that'll take a long time and we need to sterilize our hands as well, we're going to wash absolutely everything in vinegar. Make sure we get some of that tap. Perfect. Okay, that's ready to go. This one's a 10-litre jug that I got from Things, just here at the local shop. Now, because we're going to handle the SCOBY, we want to wash our hands in that same vinegar. Okay. From here, this is a SCOBY that I've prepared earlier in a little bit of its own juice. As you can see, this is its old house, so now it's moving into a much bigger place. Just going to pour that just in there. Didn't have to touch him all that much. So from there, what do? There's not enough liquid in there. So we boil our kettle. Again, we've got distilled water in here. So I use distilled. You can use any type of water you like. Just bear in mind that chlorine kills SCOBYs. So distilled water is guaranteed to have no chlorine in it, but you can use some sort of filtered water if you trust it enough. From there, we're going to get a tea strainer. Now I use T2. This particular variety is Yunnan. So I get our tea strainer, fill him up. Okay, from there, just drops in. Okay, because we're going to be using a 10-litre jug opposed to an 8, you'll adjust the sugar amounts accordingly. I like to use 1 cup of sugar per 5 or so litres of water. Then what we do, stir it up. Again, everything that we're using today has been washed in the vinegar, a little bit of spillage. And we're just going to let that sit and infuse. Now what you've got to do is you've got to wait for this tea mixture to become room temperature before you can let it touch the SCOBY. Otherwise, you'll burn it, kill it, and you'll have to start again. So, because we're doing this in almost real time, here's one I prepared earlier. So, this is our sugar tea mixture that we've made already. As you can see, it's cooled down to room temperature, while our second one is cooling down to room temperature. All you do from there, pour it in. From there, we're going to fill the remainder up with distilled water. The duration for how long you'll let the SCOBY go in the tea mixture is no less than 7 days and can be up to 28, depending on how tart you like the mixture, sort of sugariness. Just comes down to your taste buds really. And then after you've done that one between sort of 7 and 28 days, that's when you'll implement a second ferment. And a second ferment is the stage at where you might add your fruits or your flavors. That's where most of the carbonation will happen, and a lot more of it becoming alcoholic will happen as well. So once this one's done, nice and full, we're just going to go and put it away in a room that's not in direct sunlight. Keep it nice and warm. The warmer it is, the quicker that this process will take place. Now we obviously don't want things floating in the top, so I've got a little bit of cheesecloth here. Nice thin cloth. From there, we'll have a look, roughly need a square. So I've got that. I'm going to cut that out. So pretty simple, doesn't have to be perfect rocket science. Cool. So from there, just going to cover the top. Get a lucky band, of which I would have prepared earlier. Oh, but here's one anyway. From there, elastic band around the top. Make sure nothing can get in, but there's enough air for that kombucha to breathe. And then we leave it. And that's how you make kombucha 101. Thanks for watching. Tune in to the next one.